Sabertooth Tiger! Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is finally the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, the ZABU Wave Build-A-Figure itself, Zabu, the Sabertooth Tiger from the Savage Land. So, let's go ahead and get into it. This is going to be an awesome one. I will do a comparison with another animal Build-A-Figure that Hasbro has released in the Marvel Legends line, and this is the Cosmo Build-A-Figure from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Not quite the same, as it's not full fur body or anything like that, but we'll take a look at kind of some of the things that, you know, Hasbro has done for the Marvel Legends line, right? Obviously, G.I. Joe Classified series, they've done several animals, and they've done a fantastic job. But I will not be comparing any of those because I want to keep the lines separate and things like that. So we'll start with the body. The body is huge, which is awesome and amazing. So let's go ahead and get into it with the hind legs. This one has HL for hind left, I'm assuming, and then this one probably has HR for hind right. Yeah, so hind left. So we're going to just pop that. Ooh, that did not go on as easily as I had hoped it would. Hind left. Okay, so you just have to force it on there. It doesn't pop on, so force it. Hind right. Okay, boom, got it. Okay, the other ones, front right or fore right. The four legs, fore right or front right. I'm not sure what the F really means in that context. Probably four, right? The four legs, right? FL, fore leg or front left. Probably not front left. That's got to be fore left. Okay, so looking pretty damn good so far, I must say. Yeah. There, we have to pose it out a little bit. Looking good. And then we have our Zabu head with the articulated jaw, which is good. So let's go ahead and pop that on there with the ball peg. Bam! And there is our Zabu Build-A-Figure. And yeah, whoops, he rolled. So you just got to really position the feet in certain ways, and that's probably not the best. So I'll just have to kind of play around with it just to get it into the best poses possible, because you really got to position, you know, each leg to where it makes sense, and then you can actually get all four down at the same time. But yeah, he looks pretty damn amazing. So let's go ahead and get in for a close look at him. Okay, so here's an up-close look at Zabu. So here, looking at the face, looks pretty damn awesome. He's got those green eyes in there. You can see the gums nice and clear. He's got them big-ass teeth there, you know, showing that he is a saber-toothed tiger. We've got the articulated jaw, so you can see the inside of his mouth, and you can see the teeth and everything like that. Sculpted nicely. Color-wise, looks pretty good in there. So that is pretty darn awesome. We get some nice shading kind of throughout the fur in areas, which is quite nice. So that's pretty awesome, as you can see, like right here on the back, everything like that. But the shading's kind of throughout, which is really nice. You could really see it in those tufts of fur in certain areas where, you know, it really gets dark and everything. So that just looks really good. You could see that there's multiple points of articulation throughout the figure as well. It's just really nice to see, you know, the articulated jaw in action too. So you can have the different looks for Zabu, so you can be, you know, a little calm. And then he could just be like mad and growling and everything like that. So pretty darn awesome looking. Really happy with the way it came out looking. And I don't know, like through the video, I don't know if the color is really coming out. It's like a vibrant orange tan color. Like it just looks a little, you know, flat through my viewfinder right now. I'll have to see how it comes out in the final video. But you know, he's definitely more vibrant looking in hand than what at least I'm seeing in my camera right now. Hopefully it comes through and you can really see how vibrant in color that he really is, and just doesn't really look so flat. But let's go ahead and go over the articulation. Okay, so let's take a look at the articulation. I'll just kind of start here at the back. So the tail is on a ball hinge, so you can hinge all the way down, you can hinge up, and guess what? There is a swivel in there, so you can move that tail around as you see fit, which is good. Now looking at the hind legs, so a little bit of butterfly action, so you can get the leg to come out so much and you can get it to go back in. Same with the left leg as well, as you could see there. And then you get the full, you can do a full rotation in that hind leg which is good. And then you got a single joint at that knee there, so you can get that much bend there. I'm trying to see if there is a swivel. There is a swivel at that knee. And I mean, I don't, so that would be like the shoulder, knee, ankle. There's like 2 spots at the ankle. No, this would be like, I don't even know how to explain it. So you got the ankle. Again, I don't really know the anatomy of animals. So you can get this portion of the leg here. So that's fully back articulated, and then you can bend it there. So it's about like a 90-degree bend. There is a little bit of a swivel in there. Although it's not really meant to swivel, you can do it a little bit. And then at the, let's say the wrist, you get that hinge there for the paw, so you can get it to go straight out, and then you can hinge it in. There is pivot at that paw as well, and then you could see the undertone of the paw is painted there. So swivel there, and then again, that's going to be for both. At the body, we get the ball joint like torso, right? So you can move it around, you can crunch like that, you could stretch him out like so, and then you could turn him to the sides a little bit. So all kinds of range of motion in there, and it's smooth. It feels good. And then the forelegs, I mean, you can get them like butterfly action. You can get them to go out like so, or bring them in like so. You can do a full rotation in at that shoulder as well. The knee, you have that bend, so this is straight there, and then you have that bend there. And then we don't get that additional point of articulation here on these front legs, these forelegs. We just get that ankle or wrist. I guess I don't know. You guys, let me know. Correct me in the anatomy, but you can put the paw straight out with the leg, or you could hinge it up like so. And then there is the pivot in there, which looks really good. It's going to be the same for both. And then here on that neck, you have this separate piece. So I was hoping it was going to hinge. Oh, it does. Okay, so you can hinge that down like so. And so if you get him to really want his head down, you can do that. It's very stiff, and you really have to force it, but you can get it. And so you can get that neck piece to go up. That's up as far as it can go there. And then with the head, you have its own ball joint there, so you can get him to point down a little bit, you can get him to point up, and then of course the articulated jaw. I feel like, I don't know, I guess that's as high up as that you'll get him to really do it. I feel like if only this could go up a little bit more, that would be good. But that's as much motion as that you're going to get on that neck piece. Again, it's very stiff to hinge it around. You can do it. It's just, you really got to get a good grip to do it. But once you get it, then it's good. So lots of range of motion in Zabu, and looks really good. So I wanted to see how tall Zabu is. Look at that. I got him balancing on his hind legs by himself. So stretched out, you can see that Zabu is quite larger than your standard 6-inch Marvel Legends action figure. So he's got a lot of great size to him. A little bit of side profile to give you kind of another perspective on how large he is. Oh, there he goes. It's almost not even fair to really compare these two. Yes, they're both animals. But man, it's almost, and I thought this was a decent Build-A-Figure at the time. I think a character would have been better as opposed to Cosmo. Cosmo had a somewhat important role at the end of the film, sure. And it's cool to have Cosmo. I just don't know that the Build-A-Figure was kind of the way to go about doing it. But it was pretty good. It's in a spacesuit and everything, and the fur around the neck and the head look okay, but in the paws and the tail, it's just not as detailed as Zabu here. And then size-wise, of course, you're looking at Build-A-Figure like, oh, that's a little disappointing, but it's not necessarily always about the size when it comes to Build-A-Figures. Bigger is always better, always. But, when we get certain characters and everything, it kind of works like that. But because of the spacesuit and everything, you don't get the regular anatomy of an animal. So, we had that side body motion in there. And the hands or the legs get somewhat of the same points of articulation and things like that. It's funny that the 4 legs on Cosmo actually have that added articulation here, whereas Zabu has it on the hind legs, and I don't know what would be accurate to an animal or how that works. I have no clue. You guys can let me know, but there's no fair comparison between these two other than the fact that they're animals that are on 4 legs. Okay, so Ka-Zar and Zabu, they're always together. They are the pair, so it's nice that, of course, that Ka-Zar was in the wave, that we have the ZABU Build-A-Figure box set. Would have been cool, too, if they did, like, an updated Savage Land with Shauna, Ka-Zar, and Zabu. That would have been pretty awesome, and who's to say that that still won't happen, because at some point, Shauna's got to come out. How they will release it, I don't know, but I can totally see them doing, like, a re-release or repaint of these figures into a box set. Which would mean some people may have to purchase them double, or how that's going to work out. Or Shauna just might be in a random Savage Land set with other characters or something. It would still be cool, you know, to get her. But this is definitely a nice way to do it. I don't have that previous San Diego Comic-Con exclusive box set 3-pack. I don't even know what year that came out. But those were pretty dated. I think they still hold up pretty well, especially Zabu. They just didn't really do like the textured detail of the fur and things like that. You know, when you have a comic book look, a lot of it could be flat anyway. So that's kind of how that figure looked, and it still looks pretty good, and I'm sure it still holds up, so I can't do a proper comparison for you guys here, but I would imagine that this one's going to be better because of the added detailing in the fur and things like that. The points of articulation are probably going to be pretty similar, but hopefully this one has better or more, or just kind of makes sense aesthetically. But you guys can let me know down in the comments below if you have that old Zabu figure from the Comic-Con box set. How do you think it compares to this one? I'm really curious to know, those that may have both, on what your thoughts are on that. I think Toy Shiz posted some side-by-side pictures, and that's kind of where I get a little bit of my thoughts from. But this one definitely looks really good, and I'm very excited to have him. Okay, so here we have the whole ZABU wave together. So if I were to rank, I'm probably going to rank Cable number 1, Superior Iron Man number 2, Icarus number 3, Wolfsbane number 4, hold on. Let's go back. Cable number 1, Ka-Zar number 2, Superior Iron Man number 3, Icarus number 4, Wolfsbane number 5, Black Winter number 6, Red Widow number 7 is how I would rank it. If you ask me at another time, I'd probably rank it differently as well. Superior Iron Man, if it was silver, because it would just look so much better, would probably rank a little bit higher. Ka-Zar is probably only ranked so high because when you have him in combination with Zabu, it's just pretty awesome to have. I never ranked the Build-A-Figure in with the wave, because it's not fair. Build-A-Figure should always be better, and in this case, it absolutely is. So, you know, it just would not be fair to the rest of the wave. But you guys let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of this wave? I think it's been pretty solid so far. We got kind of a mixture of characters that don't necessarily go together, like at all. But there's pretty awesome figures. The Black Winter Thor, in my opinion, was probably going to be the worst one. But man, that black is really growing on me. If there would have been like a nice dark wash over the arms and legs, it probably would have set it off quite a bit. The hair is just crazy, and it's heavy, and it's weird. And it makes him not want to stand. Nice, you have to crunch him forward a little bit to counterbalance. But the figure's definitely growing on me because the black ends up looking really cool. So, you know, there's that. But you guys let me know, again, your thoughts on this wave, on, you know, the different ones. The Icarus was a surprise hit. You know, Unparalleled Universe Wade absolutely loves that figure. It's definitely going to be his favorite from the wave for sure. But pretty awesome for sure. Zabu is just, you know, the highlight, the icing on the cake for an awesome wave. Okay, so posing out Zabu is pretty fun. I'll have some pictures posted to my Instagram and to like marvelousnews.com. You should be able to see some pictures that I've taken. Posing him out is a lot of fun, but it's really understanding kind of how those legs are really going to move together. I kind of looked up images of Zabu from the comics and kind of what are some of the cool poses that you can kind of do. It can get a little tricky kind of getting all those paws to really be flat and stuff. So it just kind of depends, you know, if you're doing photography, you have certain dioramas and things like that, you can kind of probably have, you know, different levels and do some pretty cool things. So there's all that. But awesome Build-A-Figure for sure. Likely going to be a pretty high contender for Build-A-Figure of the year. Yes, this is my first Build-A-Figure for 2024, and we're halfway through the year almost. The Void would have been 2024, but I got that in 2023. Is it real? Yeah, because Xmen, there was no Build-A-Figure. Iron Man. Yeah, there's been less Build-A-Figures, it seems, right? They're not going away. The new packaging, Build-A-Figure Waves, will be a thicker package to accommodate the Build-A-Figure piece, so we don't have to worry about that. But awesome Build-A-Figure for sure. You guys let me know down in the comments below. What do you think of the ZABU Build-A-Figure? Are you excited to get it? Do you already have it? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys like the video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.